longer has the freedom to exchange the Hong Kong dollar and the US dollar.
Over the past few years, hundreds of thousands have left, and its global financial hub status has been taken up by Singapore. Hong Kong is currently facing a severe commercial downturn with a significant increase in shop rental advertisements across various districts. This has created a somber atmosphere for the once bustling scene of Hong Kong's lively restaurants. As the neon lights along streets flicker out one by one like falling dominoes, the unique vibrancy and warmth that once characterized the city seems to be slowly fading away. The sense of security that Hong Kong once offered its residents has also diminished under the impact of this wave of business closure. Look at these stores, so many have closed, nearly all of them. A large number of shops in Hong Kong are shutting down. You see, they're all closed, these shops. Videos shot by local residents and tourists in Hong Kong shows that rows of shops along certain streets have closed or are up for transfer. A local resident stated the restaurant industry is one that suffers the most, with many traditional long-established businesses among those affected.
On the 27th of March, 2026, the latest transaction for a commercial property in Hong Kong took place at Shop A.G.F. 2 Blenheim Avenue, Tsim Sha Tsui. The shop has a building area of 23 square meters. The property is 42 years old, and the tenant is a Vietnamese bakery, paying a monthly rent of $31,000. The original owner bought it in 2015 for 20 million HKD, and it was recently sold for only 7.8 million HKD, located in Tsim Sha Tsui, near Bar Street and K11. It feels like Hong Kong is desolate now, so different from the Hong Kong I used to live in.
Amidst the ongoing pressure on essential industries like dining, the genuine anxiety of many Hong Kong residents is clear.
The worst news for Hong Kong has come out. First, it has lost its independent customs status and free trade rights. Then, it no longer has the freedom to exchange the Hong Kong dollar and the US dollar. Simply put, from now on, Hong Kong will be just like any other city in mainland China, with no special status or treatment. That's why in recent years, both people and money have been flowing out to Singapore. Li Ka-shing's eldest son also said that Hong Kongers' people have been struggling these past few years, going through one round of hardships after another. The Pearl of the East, built over a century, no longer shines, and those Hong Kong stars better not start live streaming and becoming internet celebrities in mainland China. That would really turn into a closed loop. My company in Hong Kong doesn't know what to do either. The advantages of re-exporting are gone.
Many Hong Kongers believe that the one country, two system policy has failed and that since its inception, the principles of one country, two systems and Hong Kong people governing Hong Kong have been deceptive and hypocritical. Since the Chinese government's enforcement of the Hong Kong National Security Law in July 2020, foreign investors have expressed concerns over the impact on Hong Kong's business environment and have begun to withdraw. Subsequently, the US revoked Hong Kong's special trade status, treating its goods as the same as those from mainland China, applying the same tariff and export controls. This means that goods exported from Hong Kong to the US now face additional tariffs due to the China-US trade war, with no exemptions, and restrictions on sensitive technology exports have also tightened. Once dubbed the Pearl of the Orient, Hong Kong thrived as an international financial and shipping hub, leveraging its advantages such as free trade, the pegged Hong Kong dollar, and an independent customs territory. However, these institutional benefits are gradually disappearing. The reality is that one country, two system was merely a tactic by the Chinese Communist Party, with the ultimate goal being full control of Hong Kong under a single system. In recent years, it has become a common trend for Hong Kong residents to travel to Shenzhen for shopping. During Tom's sweeping holiday period in 2026, a large-scale exodus from Hong Kong occurred. The bustling scenes at border crossings between Shenzhen and Hong Kong drew widespread attention, leaving a strong impression. West Kowloon Station and the Shenzhen Bay Port were crowded with people. Cantonese was heard everywhere with long lines of vehicles bearing Hong Kong license plates. It's about to explode. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Mr. Wang from Hong Kong shared with mainland media that the number of Hong Kong residents heading to mainland China was comparable to the Chinese New Year travel rush. When I passed through the Luohu port, I saw crowds everywhere. We had to walk slowly, following the lines. I arrived at the port around 9 a.m. and was just waiting in line to pass through. Took nearly 50 minutes. Even the restrooms had long lines. According to data from the Hong Kong Immigration Department during the tomb sweeping holiday in 2026, 2.4 million trips were made out of the city. Among them, 1.8 million were trips to the mainland by land or sea, accounting for 77% of the total. Driven by the 5-day long holiday, the average daily number of border crossings saw a year-on-year increase of about 17%. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge alone saw over 96,000 trips entering, with the vehicle queue for custom inspection stretching about 500 meters and waiting times exceeding 40 minutes. On April 3rd, the Guangzhou-Shenzhen-Hong Kong Express Rail also experienced a peak in travel, with 86,000 people crossing from Hong Kong to the mainland in a single day, setting a new record. Many are curious about why so many Hong Kong residents are heading north. The answer is simple. It's all about convenience and savings. A hot pot meal in Hong Kong costs over 300 Hong Kong dollars, while in Shenzhen, one can enjoy a similar meal for over just 115 Hong Kong dollars. Services like car washing and massage are even cheaper, with prices slashed by half. Hong Kong residents earning higher wages in the city can enjoy more value for their money when spending it in the mainland. The surge in cross-border consumption has significantly impacted Hong Kong's retail and dining industries. Many long-standing businesses which hold collective memories have been forced to close. According to Hong Kong media, at least 14 restaurants have closed in the first 4 months of this year, highlighting the ongoing pressure in the industry. On April 6, Singtao Daily reported that the continued closure of Hong Kong's restaurant reflects the immense pressure the industry is facing due to rising operating costs, market transformation, and changing consumption patterns. Here are some of the closures. Number 1, Tsui Wan Seafood Restaurant. This long-standing restaurant in the Tsui Wan shopping mall in Chai Wan was a popular gathering place for seniors in the district. It once invited singer Li Lang Kei for performances, drawing the support of locals. However, in January this year, it suddenly announced its closure. The suddenness of the closure shocked many. Some elderly residents affirmed that it was their go-to spot for tea and meetups, and now overnight it had vanished, leaving behind an empty space and a void in the community. Number 2, House of Canton, a renowned Cantonese restaurant that had stood in the heart of Tai Koo Sing for over 40 years. House of Canton was a beloved spot for many middle-class families and office workers. It was known for its excellent service and comfortable environment, but in February 2026, the Tai Koo Sing branch quietly closed, marking the end of the House of Canton brand in Hong Kong. For regular customers, the familiar Cantonese flavors and warm atmosphere are now a thing of the past. Number 3, Tie Yi Chinese restaurant located in the Tai Koo Place in Admiralty. This upscale restaurant was known for its exquisite dining environment and dim sum. It had once been popular during lunch hours, but evening traffic dwindled. Due to rising operational costs and overall business pressure, the restaurant sadly closed last month. Customers recall that it was a popular choice for business meetings and family gatherings. While its prawn dumplings and other dim sum were priced higher, they earned a good reputation for service and quality. Now the closure underscores the struggle of high-end Chinese restaurants in the current market. Number 4, Ho Ying Seafood Restaurant, a beloved neighborhood restaurant in the Laguna Plaza for over 10 years. Ho Ying Seafood was a go-to spot for family gatherings and elderly residents' tea sessions. Faced with rising cost and market shifts, the restaurant closed last month. Many residents lament that it had witnessed countless family celebrations and now it's gone, leaving behind only nostalgia for its vibrant past. Number 5, Deluxe Restaurant, a subsidiary of the Very Good Catering Group located in the basement of Kaiting Tower. Deluxe Restaurant specialized in traditional dim sum and high-quality seafood. Its proximity to the MTR station made it a popular spot for family gatherings and friends meetups for many years. On April 4th this year, the restaurant closed, marking the disappearance of another convenient community dining option. Number 6, Star Seafood Restaurant. The well-known chain Star Seafood Restaurant has drastically reduced its operations in recent years. After closing its branches in Wong Tai Sin, Tuen Mun, and Sampo Kong, its Kwun Tong branch on Eon Street unexpectedly closed this year. In just 1 month, the group shut down 2 of its branches, with 4 restaurants closing within a 6-month period. Number 7, Star Seafood and Roasted Goose Restaurant. Apart from Kwun Tong branch, the Star Seafood restaurant chain also closed its Sampo Kong branch on Sek Lung Street on March 1st. The restaurant had been operating for over 20 years and had become a cherished spot for locals. Number 8, Ho Choi Seafood Restaurant, an iconic restaurant in Kowloon City Plaza for 30 years. Hoi Choi closed on March 22nd due to the expiration of its lease. It had been a gathering place for seafood lovers in Kowloon City, and its closure marks the end of a beloved institution with a long history of family gatherings. Number 9, Xinglong City Tea House, a tin-roofed tea house in Gua Chi Wan Village that had served as a local favorite for nearly 67 years. Xinglong City Tea House is set to close at the end of April 2026 due to the government's redevelopment plans for the village. This historic tea house symbolizes the living memories of Hong Kong's older generations, and its closure is closely tied to the city's urban renewal efforts. Number 10, Jade Garden, a renowned Cantonese restaurant under the Maximum's Catering Group. Jade Garden, founded in 1971, was the first Cantonese restaurant of the group and held an iconic position in Hong Kong's dining scene. The Tzu Kwan O branch located in the New Town Plaza closed on January 31st after its lease expired. The closure of Jade Garden has left many loyal patrons lamenting the gradual fade of this iconic brand. Number 11, Hei Yet Palace, located in Xing Yi Shong Hong Commercial Center No. 1. The restaurant officially closed on the 8th of last month. These neighborhood restaurants had once been an important choice for local residents' daily consumption, and their closure reflects the ongoing pressure faced by community-based dining establishments. Number 12, Dragon Palace Restaurant. The 60-year-old chain Dragon Palace Restaurant, with its flagship store in Kwai Fong, announced its closure last month after 14 years of operation. Dragon Palace had been a familiar brand for many Hong Kong residents, and the closure of its flagship store signals yet another contraction of a long-established name. Number 13, East Ocean Dining. East Ocean Dining, a high-end brand under East Ocean Gourmet Group, quietly closed its Sha Tin branch at Home Square in March 2026. The restaurant's upscale positioning faces the same challenges as others in today's consumption environment. Number 14, Sun Chun, founded in 1999 by Liu, a chef from Chaozhou. This 26-year-old restaurant in Tai Wai Lower Genkou Village had weathered various crises, including the SARS and COVID-19 pandemics. However, the restaurant announced its closure at the end of last year due to a deteriorating business environment and closed just before the Chinese New Year in 2026. Despite surviving multiple crises, it ultimately succumbed to the current challenges. These closures are just a snapshot of the harsh winter facing Hong Kong's dining industry in 2026. In fact, the wave of closures has been ongoing for several years, with dozens of restaurants that hold fond memories for Hong Kong residents gradually shutting down. From the Tao Hen Group, known for its $1 chicken promotion, which closed multiple branches in 2025, to the famed Celebrity Canteen Victoria City restaurant in Admiralty, which operated for 38 years and hosted numerous heads of state before closing due to lease expiration, to the 36-year-old Hong Kong superstar group fading into history. Each closure evokes a deep sense of loss. These iconic eateries were not only purveyors of fine food, but also witnesses to Hong Kong's societal changes. The Hong Kong dining industry is facing multiple challenges: high operational cost, changing consumer behaviors, and intensified external competition. First, the continuous rise in operating cost is a direct killer, especially in core business areas. Labor costs have steadily increased due to labor shortages and adjustments in minimum wage levels. While ingredient prices are rising due to global supply chain fluctuations and inflation, several restaurants that have closed mentioned lease expiration, unsuccessful rent reductions, and rising operational costs in their notices. For example, Dragon Palace restaurant in Kwai Fong explicitly stated in its closure announcement, the world's situation has drastically changed. The economy is facing various challenges. The local consumption market remains weak and the food industry is burdened with increasing difficulties. After failing to negotiate a rent reduction with the landlord, the restaurant had no choice but to close. Industry data indicates that total revenue from Chinese restaurants dropped in 2025 and the number of such establishments has also decreased, reflecting that cost pressures have surpassed the ability of many small and medium-sized restaurants to bear. Secondly, market transformation and intensified competition are accelerating the reshuffling of the industry. While the widespread use of delivery platforms has brought convenience, the high commission fees on these platforms have further squeezed in-store profit margins. Additionally, mainland-based brands expanding southward, such as Hot Pot and Sakurat fish chains, have intensified price competition, and local traditional brands find it hard to compete in terms of scale and cost control. Lastly, the changing consumer behavior is a structural blow. Hong Kong residents now frequently shop north, with many choosing to dine in places like Shenzhen on weekends or holidays, where options are plentiful and prices are more affordable. This has directly led to a significant loss of customers for Hong Kong's dining scenes. The Hong Kong Catering Industry Association has repeatedly pointed out that local customers account for about 90% of dining business, and the northern consumption trend has had a massive impact on the industry. Meanwhile, the consumption habits of tourists have also shifted, with most now opting for one-day tours. In the past, visitors from mainland China were keen on shopping and high-end consumption, but as the economy continues to decline, the number of tourists to Hong Kong has drastically reduced, and their spending habits have shifted towards budget travel. These factors have created a vicious cycle: fewer customers, declining revenues, and fixed costs that are difficult to reduce, ultimately forcing restaurants to either close or downsize. Small and medium-sized community-based restaurants have suffered the most, and while large chains benefit from economies of scale, they too have not been immune to the trend. As seen with the closure of branches such as Star Seafood Restaurant and the branch of Maximum Jade Garden, an analysis by Can-in88 in 2025 suggests that, in the context of outflowing consumer power, declining tourist consumption, and falling demand, Hong Kong's dining establishments have been hit the hardest. If Hong Kong's economy fails to recover to pre-pandemic levels, and with the rising trend of northern consumption, Hong Kong's restaurant sector may face the closure of up to 2,000 more restaurants.